Well, the Yamaha RS100, long time since I've done a video on this. It's been sitting in this state, 80–90% done for like 2.5 years. I just haven't been able to get to it. Too many other projects. We just finished a KLR 650. Just too many things to do. I do start it once in a while, make sure it runs. It does run beautifully. I've got this custom-made pipe on it. It's all TIG welded, really nice, and it's loud as hell. Let me start it for you so you can hear how crappy it sounds, how loud it sounds. But any more than half throttle and it's not accelerating properly. I'm suspecting my reed valves, which are underneath the carburetor, between the carburetor and the cylinder head. So I'm going to take these 4 10mm bolts out. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to take these two Allen keys. Yeah, these two Allen bolts. One here and one on the other side. Take those out and then take the 4 10mm bolts out, and we'll take a look at the reed valves once that's done. Again, 2 little bolts. There's an Allen key on these ones. I don't know if that's stock or not. I assume it is. There should be one on the other side. Should be the exact same. Let's take a look. Yeah, right there. Another Allen bolt. It looks like a 10mm. No, maybe a 6 or 7mm. But either way, I'm going to have to take those 2 out and pull the carb back. Then we can get to the reed valves. Back in a sec. Okay, the 4 screws are out, and now we're going to pop the... I hope I can get them past the carb. Oh, come on. I may have to take the air filter boot off or use 2 hands. But anyway, it just slides and pops out. It's shaped like a V, like a duck bill going in there. I'll pop that out and show you. Okay, so here's the reed valve assembly out. And these little guards are to keep the reeds from opening too far. The little plastic thing in the middle is just the holder for the reeds. That's where they snap shut around. That's when I said it looked like a duck bill. So these things allow the reeds to open, and then they hit these. So these are little reed valves in here. I'll probably just grab one with a fingernail. No, I can't. And they are like a spring steel. Why can't I get this screwdriver? It's too big to get under. Damn it. Maybe this one. Yes, there we go. So you see it pops open like that and snaps shut. It does that thousands of times a minute. And sometimes these get a little weak, and the trick, well, I mean, if they're a little weak, order new ones. They're not expensive, they shouldn't be. You should just look through here, through the other end, and see if you can see light. And I don't see light through there. But I'm gonna do the old trick of flipping the reed valves, which means I'm gonna take the 2 screws out and take the reed valve and turn it over. So it's springy, it's more springy because it's been pulling this way all of its life, and turning it around will make it a little springier. I do have new reed valves ordered, but they take 5 minutes to replace. So I'm gonna try this for now because I wanna see if it makes a difference. And again, you'll notice it usually at higher speeds makes it hard to start. Higher speeds, you'll get some like dead spots in the throttle. It won't want to rev properly because these aren't closing. And then the exhaust is, well, it's getting back pressure, so the carburetor is getting air coming this goes into the cylinder, so air ends up coming this way when it shouldn't. It should only be going that way. So out of the carb into the engine. So anyway, I'm going to flip those around, take these screws out, flip them over, and I'll show you what they look like when they're off. It's no big deal, but I'll show you anyway. I just put a little black mark on the outer part of it, so I know if I drop it or something, and I know which part was out last time. These ones are just a Phillips head screw to hold them in. Doesn't appear to be any Loctite on those, but there should be. You should always Loctite these because this is in your engine. If these two strokes vibrate a lot, and if one of these screws vibrates loose, no fun. So this is what I'm going to do. Flip it over. Oops. So anyway, it was sitting like this, the black mark that I just made, and I'm just going to simply flip it over so it should spring better back that way. And then put some Loctite on the screws, blue Loctite, and then screw them back in. And then put it back in the engine and see how it runs, if it revs any better. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish that up. You guys don't need to watch that. That's pretty simple. It's self-explanatory. Make sure this is curved up like this, not down, curved up. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, flipped them around, and it appears they seal fine. But the other thing you can do is pour some gasoline. I've got Coke here. I don't care because I'm replacing the valves, so I don't, the reed valves. And it shouldn't really pour through here. It should dribble. But it's pretty much pouring through. So the reed valves are not sealing. So anyway, I've got new ones ordered. And once they're in, I'll replace the reed valves and pop this back on the bike, and I should be good. But that's the way you check reed valves on a two-stroke. And if you're lucky, you can flip them and get some more life out of them, but not with these ones. Either way, both sides, both ways, when I had them in the original way and when I had them in this way, they both dripped like a bugger, which is why I ordered new ones. Anyway, thanks for watching. Son of a... Okay, 2 weeks later, got the reed valves in, the new reed valves in, popped them back in. It was the exact opposite, taking them out, and we now have revs. Burn out all that old oil in the pipe. I had the oil injector set a little high, a little rich in oil, so there's a lot of oil in the pipe that's got to burn out. But other than that, it starts and runs beautifully now. Sounds pretty sweet too. Almost done. All I have to do is finish the electrical system.